Welcome to SVG-TV News for Wednesday, May 21st, 2014. I am Jennifer Richardson with the details. Local businessman Keith Howard, owner of KP Marine, has maintained his position that while he cooperated with the police to conduct a search at his business place, he was not shown a search warrant. This is in direct conflict with the report from which Prime Minister Dr. Rav Gonsalves read at Monday's media conference. According to the PM, the Commissioner of Police supplied him with a copy of the search warrant used.
I think the police should be honest enough to say that there's nothing wrong if the police came in search. As a matter of fact, I found out from a lawyer that if the police has reasonable information that a crime is about to commit or they see something is wrong, they can move in.
Howard told SVG-TV News that his business place has been searched on a number of occasions, each time without police providing a warrant, and he has always cooperated. More reasons why he says the police openly lied to the Prime Minister about following procedure.
We have witness, staff member and customer who are there, and they can testify to that the police never showed any warrant, any piece of paper or nothing. So to say that we had a warrant, if we do, I will say yes, they had it. What's wrong with talking the truth? I will tell the truth every day. I'm accustomed to police, I'm accustomed to uniforms, I've been in uniform organization, so I know, I respect uniform and I respect authority. So it's very sad to see that the police take a light like this, where they're saying that I am the person who's telling lies.
The businessman said he does not believe politics is involved in the matter, saying that he would have liked to see the warrant himself and who the Justice of the Peace who signed it.
Because the Prime Minister is doing his job. But when they mislead him, it misleads the whole country. Because whatever the leader of a country say, people believe. And the average man will go around and see the Prime Minister said this and the Prime Minister said that. But in fact, it's the information that is fed to him by his senior officers in the force, his senior civil servants, and this is what he relays.
Meanwhile, Commissioner of Police Michael Charles supported what was said by the Prime Minister at Monday's media conference. According to Charles, he was shown a copy of the warrant which was issued by the drug squad. He defended the decision to search Howard's premises, saying that during his stint at the drug squad, the area where KP Marine is located has been a hotbed for illegal activities. Manager of the Kingston Fish Market, Dunstan Johnson, is reminding fish vendors that the use of seawater in the market is strictly prohibited. In a report on SVG-TV News last night, some vendors disclosed that due to what they deem as insufficient ice provided by the market for proper storage of their fish and fish products, they used seawater. But the market manager explained to SVG-TV News that salt water in the fish market is not allowed for two main reasons.
Seawater is corrosive, salt water is corrosive, and the metals and so forth that we have within the vending area can be a problem if seawater is used. It's going to be corroded and rusted, and obviously we will not have a nice vending area as we have now. Secondly, the waters along the seashore is polluted, and to move that water into the market in any given situation and place fish into that water can spell disaster. It will be a health hazard to the buying public.
Johnson added that some vendors have sought to disobey the rule and strict measures were put in place to prevent the practice.
Not permitted here. We have on several occasions where vendors tried, and we said to them, look, this must be stopped. If not, harsh measures will be taken against you. It is not allowed, totally not allowed.
Fish vendors purchasing ice from the Kingston Fish Market may be asked to pay a higher fee for the product. Manager of the Kingston Fish Market, Dunstan Johnson, told SVG-TV News that the market cannot continue to largely subsidize the price of ice given to the vendors. According to Johnson, the vendors were initially asked to pay $5 for over 100 pounds of ice, while others paid close to 10 times that amount. Johnson said they will be looking into finding an affordable rate to the vendors, as well as an avenue where the market can recover costs.
Each crate of ice weighs between 100 to about 105 pounds, depending on how full our volume of it is. The cost of that, if it is sold to any person outside of the market, is $48. The vendors are getting the same crate, one crate of that ice, for $5 in the initial stages, and subsequently $10. So that's only 1/5 of the cost.
According to Johnson, because the ice is sold at a cheaper rate, some vendors have created a system utilizing the excess ice by selling fish outside the market. He said the sale of fish on the street is also prohibited.
We have tried our best to enforce disciplinary measures on these vendors to get them to stay in the market to sell their fish and fish products. But the sidestep and use a sort of form of what we call runners. That is, they are guys who are around Tokyo, who they will use by giving them the fish, and these folks will go on the street, mainly between various and curries, and sell this fish.
The International Day of Biological Diversity will be observed here tomorrow under the theme Island Biodiversity. And to celebrate the day, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment will be staging an exposition scheduled to be held at Heritage Square. It is expected to begin at 10 in the morning and will feature an array of collections of butterflies, insects, snakes, as well as other animals.
Having the expo to act as a sort of a tool to educate persons. A lot of persons would have been hearing the word, but many persons don't really know what it's about. It may sound like a big terminology, but it's very simple, because biodiversity is really, bio is life, diversity is variety. So we're talking about the variety of life on Earth. That's what we're trying to do, is to have one showcase different collections of our biodiversity here. The international theme for the year of for the Day of Biodiversity, which is celebrated May the 22nd every year, is Island Biodiversity, and so it's a real opportunity for us to showcase our rich and diverse biodiversities.
The family and friends of taxi operator John Farrell of Beckway continue to mourn his death. Farrell fell to his death last Friday from a house under construction at Mount Pleasant, Beckway. His wife, Leslie Ann, at that time, told SVG-TV News that her husband went to deliver something at the construction site, and on his way down from the roof, he fell. When SVG-TV News visited Beckway yesterday, some of the residents we spoke to about the incident said it was quite shocking. They described Farrell as an honest and reliable man who will be greatly missed.
Friend too, you know, really reliable taxi driver, you know, make fun of people, nice with people, quiet guy, you know, and you could depend on him for anything, like, you know, what is a pickup or delivery is always there for you, you understand what I'm saying? But I'm really sorry about his death because he's young, you know, and he have a nice beautiful daughter and thing growing up, and then she has to be without a father figure now.
What kind of person would he describe him to be?
Honest and quite honest fellow to work with. I was not too associated with him, but I felt his death, and I felt sorry that it happened because he's a young guy and he's just trying it on a living, right?
Yes, I know John. John was a taxi driver, very nice person, always delivering people's stuff direct, very quiet, very lovely person. Very sorry for his accidents. We understand he fell off a building. He went to take some stuff, he fell off a building. It's sad for everyone. Everybody is grieving at the moment for John. So, and for his family, my greatest sympathy to them.
Indra Cunningham, a middle-aged housewife of Cane Garden, was this morning held in contempt of court and sentenced to 1 week at the Female Detention Center at Fort Charlotte by Senior Magistrate Ration Brown Matthias. She appeared in court to answer several traffic-related charges following a traffic violation on Tuesday, May 20th, 2014. Cunningham was summoned to the stand to answer to the charges and pleaded guilty to the charges. However, while the magistrate was imposing a financial penalty upon her, the King Garden resident began shouting abusive and insulting words to the magistrate. Magistrate Brown Matthias pointed out to Cunningham that she was not the one who brought her before the court and that she must stop such behavior. But Cunningham continued with her abusive words and was again warned by the law enforcement officers who were present in the court, but she refused to stop. As a result, she was ordered to be taken to Fort Charlotte to do some reflection. Coming up, visiting Taiwan medical team to lend support to the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital. More stories on the local scene when SVG-TV News continues. Don't go away. Welcome back. A medical team of 7 from the Changhua Christian Hospital, CCH, in Taiwan is currently in the country on a medical mission and will be working closely with colleagues at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital in providing medical service to Vincentians. The team comprised of 4 medical doctors and 2 nurses with the specialties of internal medicine, obstetrics and gynecology. Taiwan's Ambassador Webeshi, speaking at yesterday's welcoming ceremony at the Grenadines House, said this visit by the medical team is an indication of the continuing growth of the diplomatic ties between SVG and Taiwan.
Ladies and gentlemen, a healthy country is a wealthy country. Considering that partnership for progress and sustainable development is a main theme for Taiwan's international cooperation. And health is extremely vital to the sustainable development. We therefore have prioritized medical care on the agenda of our bilateral cooperations and conducted through equipment donation, medical training, and exchanges between hospitals in particular.
Minister of Health Clayton Bergen welcomed the team and said he is happy to have them here to lend support to the health sector.
Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to express my deepest gratitude and appreciation, and also that of the government and people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to the director and staff of the Changhua Christian Hospital of Taiwan for demonstrating yet again their commitment to the existing collaboration with the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital of this country for the 5th consecutive year.
This is the 5th visit to SVG by a team from the Changhua Christian Hospital. The CCH and the MCMH were twinned in August 2010, which has turned a new page for the medical cooperation between Taiwan and SVG. With further support from the government of the Republic of China on Taiwan, the CCH is to send 2 medical teams to SVG in 2014. The second team is tentatively due to visit SVG from December 15th to December 7th. Some 20 persons earlier today received training in basic computer skills at the Evesham Learning Resource Center. The training, which is geared towards equipping small business owners with basic computer skills, is being put on by Vinciclass Incorporated in collaboration with WINFAR, the Center for Enterprise Development Incorporated, the CED, and the Adult and Continuing Education Department. The training session catered for 10 members of Vinciclass and 10 clients of ACE, that's the Adult and Continuing Education. Nisha Glasgow of the CED says the training, entitled Social Media Capacity Building for Small Business, seeks to expose the participants to information which could help them with their business.
One of the reasons why we're having this workshop is so that we can give you the tools, those necessary tools that you can use to find information, get access to information, disseminate information, and make this information that you collect to develop yourself and to basically get your businesses to grow and move forward.
Wanda Descent, a Zone 3 coordinator of the Adult Continuing Education Department, says they're happy to be involved in such training, which goes hand in hand with their strategic approach, which is academic upgrading, capacity building, and occupational skills.
So we embrace such an initiative. We are happy to have the lecturers so that our participants can improve their personal and professional development. Adult and continuing education always embrace the participatory approach. And I must say special thanks to Miss London, Devon London, who has been working along with me. She is the program assistant. We are happy to be part of this drive, and I know for us to maintain, sustain, and manage adult and continuing education, it always involves the inclusive approach.
The training is the first such exercise that Vinciculus plans to organize this year as part of its action plan to further develop its members. Vinciculus is an agribusiness cluster that was founded on September 16, 2012 under a special initiative by the CED through its EU-funded Business Gateway project. It seeks to improve rural livelihood and strengthen linkages with rural communities and key organizations. Sponsors of students attending the Helping Hands Center had the opportunity to see the progress of these children today at the school's annual Open Day in commemoration of Child's Month. This Open Day was held to showcase what the children are learning on a daily basis and to prove that disability is not inability. President of the Association of Persons with Disabilities, Junior Bacchus, at the opening ceremony, stated that he believes accountability is important, and it is for that reason the development of these children should be showcased to their sponsors.
I believe that when people contribute, they must see and hear the extent to which their contribution have been helping. Mustique Charitable Trust, I think, has about 3 years now, have been sponsoring 4 children, and they may very well consider increasing. And they are really very helpful in seeing that this program continue. We also could announce publicly that we have decided recently to partner with the Stepping Stone program based in Los Angeles, and have decided to have a pilot program with the starting of a preschool in the other section of the this building.
Bacchus also noted that there are some students who are not being sponsored and called on persons who may be interested to come forward and give them their support.
Number of children right now, I could name 5 children that wish they could have a sponsor to attend this program. And so if you are interested in helping, it's basically costs $80 a month for the fee for the school. If depending on if they require transportation, it's about $50 a month, and any other form of support to keep the children going.
Meantime, some of the sponsors took the opportunity to pledge their continuing support to the organization and the students. Among the sponsors present were the Mustique Charitable Trust, the National Society of Persons with Disabilities, and the Cathedral of the Assumption.
I'm very pleased to be here today to represent the Mustique Charitable Trust. We've been giving support to the Helping Hands Center in what we hope are very meaningful ways. We give a operational budget to the school to help with the operational costs of the school bus of $15,000 a year, and the bus is also used by children who attend the Children for School with Special Needs. As you just heard from the President, we support 4 children at the school with academic fees and with toiletries, but recently the trustees met and they have approved the request for a further 4 children.
Because we recognize the tremendous work that you are doing with the children. One of the main focuses of our church is service to God through humanity. As the word of God tells us in Matthew 25:40, insomuch as you did it to the least of one of these my own, you have done it unto me.
Our mission is to see persons with disabilities develop to their fullest potential, and this is something that we will collaborate with all organizations working often for persons with disabilities, to see persons with disabilities develop and grow.
Carnival Beat is coming right up. Stay with us.
See your eyes,
21-year-old Shaquille Bob, Miss Agricultural Input Warehouse, says following the Miss SVG pageant, she will join the efforts here to reduce domestic violence, specifically abuse against women, and would like to pursue studies in law. As we continue with our one-on-one with the Miss SVG contestants, tonight in Carnival Beat, we learn more about Shaquille Bob.
With some 5 siblings, contestant number 3 in this year's Miss SVG pageant, Shaquille Bob, Miss Agricultural Input Warehouse, often finds herself helping her brothers and sisters while at home. When SVG-TV caught up with Bob recently at her home in Richland Park, she describes herself as a young lady with a regular life, who cooks, cleans, and in particular helps her younger siblings with their school assignments.
Hold up your head. L-I-K-E, like. I have 2 sisters, one older and one younger, and I have 3 brothers.
Okay, and Zaki, you said it's the youngest?
Yes.
Alright, what do you do for relaxation, Shakira? What do you do for relaxation?
I read, I watch TV, and I listen to music.
What do you look at, what's your favorite TV show? What do you look at on television?
I watch a lot of Criminal Minds.
Why, in particular?
It's very interesting, and it also involves criminal law, and I wish to study that in the future.
We see all your trophies lined up there, and I'm sure in your biography we read that you've received a number of MVPs from the Clinchers Sports Club. I'm sure too, netball is something that you do, or you would consider it a pastime activity. Outside of netball though, do you play any other sport?
Well, I used to play tennis as an extracurricular activity in school, and I don't play anything else. I used to run in school also, but it's only netball for now.
Okay. You just a couple of days, well, weeks, maybe let's say roughly 13 days. She been counting them, 13 days.
Yes.
From the show, where are you in terms of preparations? I mean, we can't talk about you without talking Miss SVG, because I'm sure that's your main focus now.
Yes.
Where are you in terms of preparations?
I believe that I am ready for the stage. I'm mentally prepared and I'm physically prepared. I've been exercising, I've been speaking a lot, so I believe I'm ready.
Alright. Shaquille, you know there are 4 judge categories on the night of the show. Which area you see you excelling most? Which you see you giving your best? Or maybe all 4? What you think is your strong point?
I will be giving my best in each category, but I will work extra hard on the interview segment because we have a lot of intelligent ladies this year. All are intelligent.
That's what it knows.
Yes.
Join us tomorrow evening during Carnival Beat for our one-on-one with contestant number 1, Felicia Batiste, Miss Imperial Optical Incorporated. Jamisha Wright reporting for Carnival Beat.
Meantime, making their rounds at various schools across the country, all of the contestants in this year's pageant paid a visit to the Helping Hand Center earlier today. The girls had the opportunity to meet and greet with the students and staff there. Before leaving, they handed over a food basket to the school. Coordinator of the Helping Hand Center, Anis John, expressed thanks to the contestants and wished them the best in this year's pageant. And that's Carnival Beat pageant.